because by every meaning of the word Boilermaker, that's who they are. They fought every day in practice, every day in games. You could never question their effort or their leadership. Not one time did any of that question, no doubts in my mind about who they were as leaders and with the amount of effort they played with. Yeah, they deserve it.
Just as far as the game is concerned, was there maybe some frustration with how the game was being officiated with in the second quarter, and it seemed like there were some physical points at times and kind of letting them play?
Yeah, I mean, we got to the bonus in the second quarter. I think outside of a couple where I thought maybe Stripler was moving on some moving screens, I thought it was a pretty well officiated game. You wanted to be physical in the Big Ten, and Indiana. I think Terry talked a lot last game about how Maryland kind of was physical with them, and Indiana kind of came out and did the reverse to us, and it's something we talked about, trying to be physical with them, and they were. They thought we battled as hard as we can. I mean, 10. You tell me we got. I'm looking at the stat sheet, and we only got 10 turnovers, and we take 10 more shots than they do. Don't feel like this should have been a 20-point game, but here we are.
As far as the growth that you've seen from your freshman year and your sophomores, taking the game that was 19 and getting it back down to 9, it almost kind of felt like an accordion at some points. Just a matter of maintaining that momentum. Yeah, I mean, it just kept battling. You get yourself in a hole like that. I thought in the first quarter we didn't turn the ball over. We got some opportunities. Our problem was we missed some coverages. Sid hits a 3, and she really had her way with us. Anywhere she wanted to go, she got there. Straight line drives, right hand. We didn't do a good job of taking that away, and she made us pay. And then I think Yarden didn't really get loose until the fourth quarter. There, she hit back-to-back threes or whatever it was, but I thought Sid Parrish was probably the difference in the game. What do you feel like was something you were able to just learn about as a coach, and just the nature of this conference this year and
yeah, it's hard to sell. It's hard to sell. It's gonna be that way, right? We didn't just welcome. I mean, we all of us. You can probably talk to all 14 who welcomed the 4 in. We already thought we had one of the best, if not the best, and then we, none of the 14 win it, right? It goes back out to those teams. We didn't let any scrubs into our league in the women's game, and it's going to continue to get better. Our game is at an all-time high, and it's going to continue to get better.
What's next for this program? What do you need to push this to the place where you want to see it?
Yeah, I think that all starts tomorrow. If it hasn't started already, I think you listen to Matt kind of say some things and just about sitting in it and finding a way to get out of it. But first we got to sit in it for a while, and look at ourselves and figure something out, and obviously that starts with me. We've got to make sure we get the right people in here to kind of elevate our program, to get it to help get it back. Is that going to happen miraculously? Probably not. But I think I got a plan in place. I feel really good about it. First and foremost, I think probably point guard is number one priority out of the portal. I love, Spider for everything that she is. Just told her I was going to promise to find her a point guard so she could play off the ball. There's not a doubt in my mind that kid gave me everything she had.
Is it as, not easy, but just getting in the portal? I mean, is it more than that, or does the portal fix what ails this program?
Yeah, I think it's gonna help, right? You look at some quick fixes. Look at Missouri on the men's side. You know what Dusty May did up at Michigan in a short turnaround. The most important thing though is when we go in there, we've got to find people that are going to do it the Purdue way. You know, we've got to make sure we're diligent in our homework and we're finding the right pieces that can help elevate our program.
You've been given assurances that you will be back next year.
I feel good about that, Mike.
Okay.
How different was it this year trying to defend IU? In the past, you put a lot of emphasis on Mackenzie Holmes,
man.
you know, double
Yeah.
teaming and triple teaming her. Now that she's not there, how does it change the defensive strategy?
You know, yeah, it's night and day. You know, last year you throwing bodies at Mackenzie and 2 or 3 bodies trying to make her play in a crowd. And you know, when she was able to fan out to her shooters, you know, I think that gave him some looks. You know, no knock on Stripling or Meister in there, just not the same. And so what hurt us is their ability to play off the bounce and spray out to shooters. Yeah, but Mackenzie Holmes put you in a pickle, and I'm glad she's not there anymore, but I'll be glad to not see Sid Parrish and Chloe anymore.
What was different for Lana of these last couple games?
You know, I think, honestly, crazy enough, I think coming off the bench kind of calmed some nerves. And then physical play, right? Like playing against some bigger posts, right? Gracie Merkel is big, you know, bigger post. Stripling is physical. Meister was physical. And, you know, no team really, like we were able to get her deeper. And so the double didn't have to come, you know, or didn't have time to come. And, you know, they were digging a little bit more on KP, and they just kind of kept playing Lana one-on-one, and she did an okay job today.
How big will it be for Jordan and Amaya to get a full off season and get back to full health?
You got to get healthy first and foremost. Got to get stronger. Got to stay committed to it. You know, that's pretty much on them.
You've talked about a lot about the culture and the 4 seniors that you brought, or the 5 seniors you had, and then
Yeah.
everybody that kind of helped contribute to this program. When the results aren't there, how important was this year though to like establish that culture that you want to build and
Yeah.
you know get this
That's a
program
good
going
question.
forward?
Listen, and like I said it out there, and I don't know if y'all were out there, but I keep saying it. I know like we don't see wins and whatnot, but like KP and Lana don't turn into who they are without the 4 seniors. In terms of like we weren't winning, but those guys always showed up. Like Lana, Mari and Ella, Reagan, Dez, like they always showed up every day. You know, they were committed to trying to figure it out. They were locked in film. They took care of their bodies. You know, they were on time. They were late. They were never late. They never missed a class, just treatment. You know, first one's on a bus, last one's to leave the gym. And you know, at the end of the year, Lana and KP are the last ones to leave the gym because they see that, right? They saw that, and the habits of those 4 are gonna help our young people in the future.
The way we saw Lana play today, and with you bringing in some taller girls in the post, is that kind of a preview of what you want this program to be next year and moving forward?
Well, yeah, we just got to get bigger, right? We got to get bigger. You look at some of the teams on the West Coast, especially. You know, it's some big, you know, some powerful young women in our league, and we've got to be able to handle that. And obviously, who we're bringing in next year, we're trying to get bigger. You know, our next look, we obviously need a point guard, and we got to get a little bit bigger on the perimeter to be able to handle some things.
After a 0-for-5 start from the field for Rashawn Jones, going into the second half, what adjustments were you looking for her to make?
Yeah, just be aggressive. You know, we wanted to, obviously Chloe got in foul trouble a little bit, but we were trying to run some dribble handoffs to get Dez off some ball screens, and she's just being a little bit passive there in the first half, and at halftime, you know, hey, this is why we put it in, for you to make some plays, and you know, she stepped up.
Despite not seeing the amount of wins that you probably would have liked this season, what ingredients specifically from this season's play are you more so proud of that you want to carry over into next season?
I'm telling you, like these, like you talk to any like commentator or anybody who walks into our practice or sees us shoot around, and you ask them what our record is, there's no way they tell you what it is. It's a connected group, a team that worked hard, and that's going to carry over, no doubt.
What's different about Lana's free throw shooting today as
She got some
opposed to?
lessons. She got some lessons. So we got some lessons.
There seems to be a different comfort level with her at the
Yeah.
line as opposed to mid-season.
I think, in practice, like, you don't see that. We shoot 50 free throws or 100 free throws. She's making 90 of them, right? Like, and so a lot of it came with, the mental side of it. So a lot of personal work of, her, like, that's a huge part of the world that we live in, right? The mental side and the psyche and how it plays with you. And so a lot of personal work for her, a lot of extra time in the gym. And just a couple subtle adjustments that her and I made with footwork and hand placement. One thing really important with her was she's a ball follower. Like, so she shoots it and she follows the ball, and then that's when it usually goes away. But just focusing in on the rim. Like today we shoot 15 threes and she goes 13 of 15. Like the kid's gonna work really hard to expand her range, and it'll be huge for her game.
That has to be an important part of her game.
It's gotta be a huge part of our game, especially with Avery coming in and 6'6" in the post. Lana's ability to stretch will be huge. I think that's one thing this team missed so much with Caitlin, because Caitlin could space and shoot it. And I think the next evolution of KP and Lana is their ability to shoot the ball from the outside. All right, thanks, y'all.